All right. Thank you. Let me scoot back a little bit. We're going to start with some breathing. I don't need a flannel. So you can have the hands right on the knees to start. We're going to pull the shoulders back. I'm going to sit up really tall. It's going to start breathing in and out through the nose, drawing the breath in, pushing the breath out, experiencing the breath, breathing the whole body. It's a couple more of these, and then we're going to do some arm movements along with this. So on the next in-breath, let's come up, but we're going to push the ceiling up and then back down. And then we're going to come up, pushing the ceiling up and back down. And again, up, pushing the ceiling up and back down. And again, all the way up, breathing in and back down. A couple more of these, up again and back down and up again and back down. I'm enjoying this. You mind if we do a couple more? All the way back up, breathing in, breathing out, back down, breathing in all the way up, breathing out, back down, breathing in all the way up. Let's stay up for a moment here, just breathing. Very nice. Bring it all down. We're going to let the shoulders rest for a moment. Now we're going to bring the right hand forward with the fingers pointing towards the earth. We're going to take the left hand and grab the fingers and pull back a little bit. Keep on breathing. Keep the core engaged. We're not pulling back too hard on the fingers, just enough. Very nice. Let's do the other side of that. We'll take a couple of breaths here. So stay here doing that breathing. I'm going to adjust something here for a moment. Very nice. Let's bring both hands down and then back up with the right arm. Right hand is going to come down the back and the left hand is going to grab the elbow. Head pushes back against the arm, breathing in the nose. Lots and lots of long breathing today. Taking it nice and easy. Excellent. Let's do the other side. Left hand all the way up, down the back. We'll grab the elbow once again. Again, you're welcome to come around and introduce the hands together. Head pushes back of the arm so we can see straight forward, breathing in the nose. Very nice. Both hands on the knees again. We're going to have the straight spine running up to the crown of the head. And we're going to draw a big circle on the ceiling as if the crown of the head has a light coming out of it, or a pencil up on the top of the ceiling. Big circles like my shadow. Very nice. Let's go the opposite direction. We want to keep on breathing. Excellent. Back to center. So it's like cat-cow, but we're sitting. So we're going to bring those lower ribs forward, looking up to the third eye. Then we're going to arch the back a little bit, looking at the floor. In breath is the look up. Out breath, looking at the floor. It's big, big breathing and moving the body. Let's do about 10 more of these. I'm really trying to take my time today with that full moon pushing on us a little bit. Back to center. Let's extend the legs out. We will point the toes with the hands down, fingers pointing towards the feet. We're going to lift up for a moment. And then we're coming right back down, and we're going to cross the legs again. This one's super familiar. We're going to put the right hand down, fingers pointing away from the hip. Left palm faces the sky. And then we're coming up and over, lengthening all the way down that side. If possible, looking up along the elbow, breathing in the nose. All right, let's do the other side of that. Left hand right down, right hand coming up and over. So the palm will face the hand right on our side here. See if you can keep that arm straight and lengthen all the way from the floor to the fingers. Again, you're welcome to look up along the elbow to the sky. We're going to keep breathing. Good, back to center. We're going to reverse plank again. So we'll point those toes out, fingers pointing towards the feet. We're going to lift up the hips, look at the ceiling, and then back down. So left leg's going to stay out, and we're going to bend the right leg. And we're going to, if you can grab the left toes with the left hand, great. Or you can grab the shin, or you can use a belt around the foot. We're going to breathe in, reaching up, looking up. And we're going to breathe out and fold it all down. And all the way back up again, breathing in, reaching up. And over with the out breath on the downward fold. Keep moving, keep breathing. We're going long on this one. Great. Next time you're up, go ahead, stay up. We're going to look to the reaching hand. And let's come down. You could do full forward fold, or you could do the one I'm going to demo, which is keeping the shoulders back, staring straight forward, just lengthening on the underside of the leg and breathing. I hear the sirens of East Hollywood. Great. Let's switch it. Right leg out. And again, you got all those choices. Grab the shin. Just keep the leg straight. Use a strap if you like. And then up on the in-breath with the left hand, then all the way down. And over, please. Out breath on the downward fold. On the downward fold, think about your left shoulder pulling down further as if you're trying to square the shoulders to the earth. Let's keep going, maybe 10 more, maybe seconds, maybe moves. Very nice. Next time you're up, go ahead, stay up, and we'll look to the reaching hand. Good, and then down. You can do full forward fold if you like, or shoulders back, staring straight forward, breathing here. Excellent. Let's reverse plank. You're welcome to do a full vinyasa if you prefer. Otherwise, nice and simple reverse plank. Excellent. Back down. We're going to bring the soles of the feet together. Konasana A and B. Left hand grabs the small toes, right hand on top. We're going to sit up really tall, pulling the shoulders back and down and lengthening everything else to the crown of the head. You can butterfly the legs if you like. And of course, we are breathing in and out through the nose, long and deliberate. A little bit more. Good, so let's pull the shoulders back, and then we're going to forward fold and maintain those shoulders back, and see if you can put your heart on the big toes. Now, keeping the shoulders back is going to limit our movement forward, but I think it's a bit better for the body. So let's breathe here, especially in the cell phone age. We want to keep those shoulders pulling back. We're going to stay here and keep breathing. I used to not do that as much or not be as interested in it, but the cell phone, well, the hand is so much connected to the back. So we're going to keep those shoulders locked back as if we're keeping a nice posture, even though we're forward folding. Good. Back up, feet out again for the reverse plank. You're welcome to do a vinyasa if you prefer. We lift up, we look up. We're going to hold here a moment. Very nice. Back down. We'll cross the legs. We're going to do some dynamic twisting. I'm going to do a half lotus. You don't have to do that, but just feels more comfortable for me. So hands on the shoulders, elbows pointing straight out and away. In breath as we go to one side, out breath to the other side. Now, if you notice that one side is more resistant, doesn't want to twist as much, put the out breath on that side and it will change things straight away. Also, if you wanted more, you can bring the hands out in a goddess posture. Also, arms straight out is a lot of leverage, so take your time with it, or hands on the elbows, and we're going to keep breathing and keep moving. Keep going if you can. The longer runs on these make it a little difficult, but it's okay if it's difficult. Take your time with it. All right, right hand is going to grab the left knee. Left hand going to sit right back behind you as you pull the shoulder back and gently look back. Or you could bring that hand all the way around, grabbing the shirt, the pocket, the leg. If you were to notice, it would be the foot. We're going to stay here breathing. Same rhythm of breath when we were moving. Yoga is a breathing class. It is also a moving meditation. Let's come over to the other side. Set yourself up similar to what we did. Shoulder back, we look at the wall, so we got a straight line like the spine is running through the crown. We're going to keep breathing. Excellent. Back around to center. Let's reverse plank again. We point those toes, fingers pointing towards the toes. We lift the hips. We stay looking at the ceiling. And back down. And I'm going to cross my legs so I can roll into a cat-cow setup. The knees are 2 fists apart. The hips are over the knees. Fingers straight forward, shoulders over the wrists. We let the belly drop down, looking up third eye. And then we're going to arch the back. And keep moving and breathing. The seated one feels very different to this one, but they are quite similar, but same, not the same. Good. Back to center. Look over the right shoulder. See the tail. We're going to hold here for a moment. And then all the way over to the other side. Very nice. Back to center. Push yourself up to being on your knees. I like my toes down. It makes it a little easier. If you got a real open back, you can have the laces part flat on the mat. We're going to put the thumbs in the back and pull the elbows together and look up. We'll take a couple breaths here. You are welcome to put your fingers down on the heels. So tighten the legs a little bit. You'll see now if the heels are lower, it'll be a longer reach. Or just keep the thumbs in the back, and we're going to breathe right here, like I said. Good. Let's come back down and do some more cat and cow in case that last pose gave us any tension. The last pose is called camel. Sometimes it makes my back a little tight, and I really like to do cat-cow before and after. Good. Back to center. We'll look over the right shoulder again. And then we'll look over the left shoulder again. And then we're going to come up to standing, and we're going to stand at the top of the mat. So we're going to do a few standing poses. So from the top of the mat, the right foot's going to stay right here. That left foot's going to step back for the base of warrior 2. So the knee could be over the ankle, could be less. Arms out over the feet. We're going to breathe here and look at the right hand. Core is engaged. We're dropping the shoulders. We're just breathing in the nose. Good. Straight the leg. We're going to pivot. Right toes to 45, left toes out. And we're doing warrior 2 on the other side. Right here, breathing, looking at the left hand. straight that leg, and we're gonna pivot again, left toes 45, right toes out. We're gonna keep both legs straight because we are gonna do triangle. We're gonna reach out a bit for triangle, our right hand down, left arm up, the hand could be lightly on the shin. You can do palms facing out. You can come down way far as long as the legs are straight. We're gonna breathe here. If possible, we look to the reaching hand. Great, back up. We're gonna pivot, right toes 45, left toes out. We're gonna reach out over that left foot and then triangle on the other side, left hand down, right arm up. We're staying here longer. If you are resting the hand on the shin like I'm doing, make it super light. Don't shove down into the shin, which is why I like the palms out, but I'm gonna skip that today. Back up, we're gonna pivot again to warrior two, left toes to 45, right toes out. We're gonna bend that right leg. We're gonna take just a moment in warrior two. Tight core, light shoulders. We're gonna do extended side angle from here. We're gonna take the center of the right forearm, place it on the leg, left arm up and over, long straight line. You're welcome to put the right hand on the ground if you prefer. We're gonna breathe here. I'm looking up along the elbow to the ceiling. If the right hand was on the ground, you would look a little forward to the reaching hand. Very nice, back up. We're gonna straighten this right leg and turn those toes in so we can pivot to the other side, left toe straight out. Warrior two again for a moment, just a couple of breaths right here. And when you're ready, we're gonna try to do the other side of the extended side angle. We'll try to mimic what we did. So if you kept the arm on the leg, do the same. If you put the hand down, try to do the same here. We'll keep breathing. Excellent. Back up. We're going to turn the toes so that they run straight forward. We're going to squat and push the walls all the way out. And we're going to ride the horse. Let's breathe. About 10 more seconds if you got it. Don't worry. Let's stand. We will turn the toes to run straight forward. This will be real familiar. We're going to reach up and touch the ceiling and then all the way down, fingertips on the line that is connecting the big toes right under the shoulders. Let the head drop. You could put the palms down if you like. And of course, we're going to breathe here. Stay down low, both hands over to the right for a moment. And over to the left. And please stand, and we will step to the top of the mat. Once at the top of the mat, we're going to step the feet out a little bit. And we're going to do a tree standing on the left foot. We're going to lift the right leg. You can just grab the ankle and hold it if you like. You can do half prayer. If it locks, you can do full, or you can do arms all the way up. We're going to continue breathing here, and our dristi, our visual, is something about 8 feet out in front of us. Looking at the camera on my laptop. Very nice. Let that down, step it out. And we're going to stand on the other side, standing on the right. We're going to lift the left. You can just hold it there. You can also put it out in front, which I've demoed a lot of the classes. Hands of the heart are all the way up. Very nice. Let that down, step it out. I don't know if I put this standing one in any of these, excuse me, no push-up classes, but we're going to do it anyway. Standing on the left, we're going to lift the right leg and the right hand's going to grab the right knee, other hand on the hip. You could stay here. You could, if you prefer, grab the big toe, extending the leg out, just stand up tall. And of course, we continue breathing. Very nice. Open that leg out to the right as we look to the left. Woo-hoo-hoo. Good. Back to center, leg out on its own. Well, that's enough of that. Let that down. Take a moment. Step it out if you like. We're going to do the other side. Standing on the right. We're going to lift the left, left on left. You could engage this toe, bringing the toe towards the shin if you like, or you could extend the leg out. And let's breathe. And we're going to open that leg out to the left as we look over to the right. Ooh, back to center. Show me the bottom of your foot. Great, let that go. We can step it out a little bit. And let's come down into a squat. We're going to put the elbows against the legs, the hands in prayer. We're going to lengthen up the back. We're going to take a few breaths here. If you were wanting to do a crow or headstand, you're welcome to. But otherwise, we are just breathing. Let's stay here a little longer. We are going to drop in a bit into this class that we've been doing in the other classes, which is kind of new. It's super excellent for the low back, so this pose and the next movement. So bring the hands in prayer straight forward, and then let's come all the way up to the ceiling. Lift the heart. You're welcome to arch back, and then back down into the squat. And up again, lifting, lifting, lifting. Core, heart, fingers, back down again. And please, one more, all the way back up, lifting. Back down into the squat, and let's roll forward to hands and knees. Good. We're going to step the right foot top of the mat, and I'm going to scoot my left knee a little further back. We're going to bring the arms up in a big funnel. We're going to stay right here breathing. Let's twist. Left elbow outside of right leg. Hands in prayer pulling towards the chest, turn the fingers to the face. We're going to stay here a while. You're welcome to roll back on the ball of the left foot if you like to make it a little rougher. Otherwise, I'm keeping my knee down. I'm going to keep breathing. Good. Let's switch sides so that right knee is going to go back. Left foot up to the top and big funnel again. We're going to breathe right here. Very nice. Right elbow outside of the left leg. Hands in prayer pulling in. And again, we'll try to mirror what we did on the other side. So whatever you did there, if you lifted the knee, please go ahead and we're going to keep breathing. All right, let's switch the legs again. So step that left knee back and the right foot forward again. And this time we reach the arms straight up to the ceiling and we'll take a few breaths here, if not more. Good, let's bring those hands down on the inside. So sometimes I bring my foot out a little further so that the knee stays over the ankle. Because when I see it on the screen, it was kind of out a bit. And if you want to try to bring the elbows down, you can. You can even be somewhere in between. I'm going to stay on the hands, looking at the mat, breathing in the nose. Good, let's do the other side. So left foot up there at the top, and then arms straight up again. Take a few breaths here, letting the hips hang down. And again, down on the inside. We'll keep that knee pulling against the shoulder. I'm going to breathe here. And if you put the elbows down on the other side, please do the same. Be aware of your left hip. Don't let it jump out. Keep it in there tight, just like the knee. Great. Back to hands and knees. Right foot points straight back. I'm going to point the heel back today, and left hand shakes straight forward. We'll do a short run on this. If you like, bend the leg, grab the foot, arch up, third eye looking, just for a moment. And we're gonna let it all back down. I'm gonna point my left heel straight back and the right hand shake straight forward. We're gonna stay here for a couple of breaths. And if you want to bend that leg, grabbing the foot, lifting up, third eye looking. Excellent. Back to hands and knees. One of my favorites. We're going to turn the right hand in to face the left. And we're going to feed that left arm through, laying down onto the left shoulder or the side of the face. We push that right hand against the mat or lift the right hand coming around the back. And back up so we can do the other side. We're going to turn the left hand in and feed the right arm through. Good. Back up. We're going to roll ourselves to a seated position. Once sitting, the legs will be bent. We're going to do twists in between the core work, the boat pose. So we'll start with the twist. We're going to take the left elbow outside of the right leg, right hand behind you. Let me go a little more sideways. We'll sit up tall, looking at the back wall, and then over to the other side, please. To sit up tall again. And back to center, 1 of 5, roll onto the tail, lock the shoulders back. You can keep the legs bent, you could straighten the legs if you prefer. Let's breathe and look at the feet and lock those shoulders back. Good, heels down, let's twist again, left elbow outside. We're gonna stay a little longer today. Right elbow outside of left. And back up, number 2, here we go. Shoulders back, looking at the feet. Good, heels down, we twist again, left elbow outside. Sit up tall, couple breath here. And all the way over, right elbow outside of left. Good, to center up again, number 3 of 5. Great, heels down, elbow outside, left outside and right, sitting up tall, couple of breaths. And please over to the other side. Move back up, number 4. Breathing here, taking your time. Make the legs straight if you like. Good, heels back down, left elbow outside and right. And please over to the other side. Back to center, just one more. Here we go. Good, hug the knees in and we're gonna lie back as we're gonna thread the needle for the hips. But firstly, if you can put the shins, the forearms on the shins, do that, pull them down, bring the nose up towards the knees. Good, and then feet down, feet on knees, 2 fists apart. Going to lift the right leg up and bring that right ankle down the inside of the left leg, just slightly below the knee, just a tiny bit. The right hand's going to feed through, grabbing the underside of the left leg. The other hand meets. You're welcome to grab the shin if you prefer. The head should be resting flat on the mat. You can engage the toes if you like, pulling the big toes towards the shins. And let's just breathe here. Great. Unwrap all of that and let's do the other side. Left leg up and then down, pointing left hand through. And we're going to grab the shin or the underside of the leg. Make it flex the feet. Several breaths right here. Good. Back around for bridge number 1. Feet and knees 2 fists apart. Longest finger almost touches the heel. You lift the hips. As you lift the hips, tuck one shoulder then the other, intertwine the fingers and push the arms down. We'll take several breaths right here. Good. Back down. We're going to reach the hands up over the top of the head. The palms are facing the ceiling. And we're going to lift the hips again and stay right here. We're going to stay here a little longer. If you have a belt or a strap or a piece of rope, we'll definitely have an opportunity to use that on the next little sequence. All right, back down. So if you have your strap, you can do it without a strap. You can put the hand on the back of the calf. And if your leg is really open, you can do peace fingers grabbing the big toe. I'm definitely using the strap on the left foot. I'm going to lift that foot up. The right leg remains down. Head is down. And we're going to breathe right here. You could hold the back of the calf. Use a t-shirt or a sock. Excuse me. We're going to stay right here. Go ahead and let that leg fall out to the left as you reach and look to the right. Good, back up, we'll switch hands. And let that leg drop over to the right, the hip will come up. We'll reach out and look to the left, we'll stay here. And back to center, both hands up towards the heel, nose towards the knee. We're going to stay here doing our best to lock our right leg down. Excellent. Let that down. We're going to do the right leg. So right, strapping the right foot. And we'll stay right here. And let that leg fall out to the right as you look to the left. We're going to stay here. I'm going to get a sip of water. Back up to center. Switch hands on the foot of the strap. The hip will come up. We'll look to the right, reaching arm. And back to center, hands up towards the heel, nose towards the knee. Doing your best to hold that left leg down. Good, we're gonna put the feet down. The feet are gonna be 2 fists apart, but the knees are gonna fall together. And each knee is gonna stay touching each leg. You can bring the arms out like a T. And you're gonna stay looking at the ceiling, but we're gonna let the knees fall to the right, keep the left knee touching the right leg, and then back to the other side. And we're gonna go back and forth here. Good, back to center, hug the knees in. Imagine you have pencils, one on each knee up pointing to the ceiling. We draw circles. One direction at first. And then the opposite direction. Good, keep the knees into the chest, arms out like a T again. And let the knees fall to the right as you look to the left. And up and over, please, to the other side. Good, back to center. So if you can get near a wall, go to the wall and put your feet up the wall, or I can also show you, you could do it on a couch, just so the feet are above the heart. But up the wall is even better. And then the arms are out. We're gonna take a long hold here. If they are up the wall, they'd be, like this. And we're just gonna relax here for a nice long breathing, just looking at the ceiling, breathing in the nose. And I'm actually gonna go to the wall. Very nice. Let's come off the wall and we're gonna lay down. So once laying down, get yourself set up real comfortable. This is gonna take like an 8-minute final rest today, but it's gonna be a final rest and a meditation. Just lay down. You're gonna put the hands on the belly with the longest finger touching the other longest finger. And every time the body breathes in on its own, those fingers come apart. And every time it breathes out, those fingers come together. And we're just going to lay here experiencing physically the body breathing itself. We'll be here a little bit. Let me fix the lighting. We're going to stay laying down for a little bit. We're going to move the fingers and the toes some. And you can rotate at the wrists and the ankles. And we're going to reach way over the top of the head with the back of the hands, maybe on the ground. And we're going to lengthen as far as we can from the fingers to the toes. And as we get that stretch, we're going to pull the core down. We're going to hold that. Excellent. Bring your knees into the chest. And we're going to roll ourselves up to a comfortable seated position. Once sitting, we're going to bring the hands to the heart center and rub them together a little bit. Making a nice full moon fire. You can howl if you want at the end. We're going to reach the arms up like we're holding the moon above our heads. We're going to take a breath in through the nose as much as we can get. We're going to breathe in more through the mouth and even more. Hold the breath, tighten the core, tighten the legs, lift the floor, hold all that, including the breath. And here we go, full moon. You're living your dream, don't miss it. Namaste. It's DanielOverberger.com if you need a link to my Venmo and PayPal. And I appreciate you all being here.